live cold calling in real estate, and how to handle prospecting on the phone for investors and agents. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and in today's class, I'm gonna let you listen live to a cold calling call that one of my students made in our mastermind, the Abundance Club. Plus, as a bonus, I'm gonna let you listen to the coaching that I give her while she was making the call. Okay. Now, before I forget, go ahead and click the like and let's share this message. And one other thing is that if you're looking for coaching to help you in your business, then you've already found it. For just $2.30, you get the power to change your entire financial future and your family's future for just $2.30. It's called the Abundance Club. In other words, for just 76 bucks a month, you get to interact with me and many of my students every Saturday for 1 hour for just 76 bucks a month. That's 4 meetings a month. Okay? The address is theabundanceclub.mrnofluff.com. So without any further delay, let's listen to my student making a live cold call with a motivated seller and me auditing her and providing you with the notes so you can improve on your cold calling skills. Let's get started, gang.
Ree has done is she's called the seller using Flipping Wednesdays, and she's found motivated sellers. Okay, and now she's recorded herself talking to a motivated seller, and I'm gonna overview it. Okay, and we're gonna go through it. Let's go.
Good morning, Sherry. How are you?
Good, how are you?
This is Sharitha.
Okay, Ree, you did an excellent job. When you called her, you didn't say how you doing, blah blah. You said something private about her. You said her name, right?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes.
Okay, so you did an excellent job there. So I'm going to show you your excellent jobs and the places you have to improve on. So as soon as she answers, you know, don't ask them how are you doing, how's your day going. You don't care about that. You want to say something private that no one else knows, like, hey, last name, hey, property address or street name. Okay, well, you did great there. Now let's keep going forward.
Pleased to meet you. I reached out to you last night. I'm glad you were able to make some time this morning to talk about your home a little bit.
Okay. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. And how about you?
I'm good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I hope I hope this is a good time for you. I just wanted to take, just spend a little, hopefully not too much of your time, but.
Okay, Reed.
Yeah, I'm here. I just haven't muted.
Yeah, I got you. It takes you 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and you're just dancing around. Okay, all right. So that's one thing I want you to understand, that you're doing a whole lot of talking versus a whole lot of listening. When we listen to this conversation, and you see exactly what I'm saying, you're talking 80% and only allowing the lady talk 20%. And then in the end of the conversation, when it becomes better, she's talking more and you're talking less. Okay, so this whole part is about them talking 80%, you talking 20%. Okay, now the other thing is that whenever you're talking to these people, you don't have the confidence. Okay, you're assuming the negative. Like, I hope I'm not taking your time, and you'll see as I go further. Okay, don't assume, don't focus on the dirt, focus on the goal. So when I talk to a seller, I will say, is this a good time for you? I wouldn't say, I hope this is a good time. Maybe it's a bad time. Is this a good time for you? See, and throughout this conversation with the seller, you're always putting in something negative right after something positive. And you don't want to put the negative on there. It's not your call. It's let the creator, let whoever you believe decide what's going to happen. You just throw the ball. You don't say, I hope this works for you. So let's listen to it one more time. And you'll see it more and more coming up. But I'm giving you the stuff right now so you can listen to it.
I hope I hope this is a good.
Okay, you don't have to hope. You just ask, and it'll be told to you if it's a good time or a bad time. Okay, but keep that in mind, because as you go through here, you're constantly saying negative stuff because you're focusing on the dirt. You don't have confidence that the gold will be there. Okay, let's keep going.
Time for you. I just wanted to take, just spend a little, hopefully not too much of your time, but just want to have a little conversation with you just to see what your situation is and if there's anything I can do to help. And
okay, right now it's 1 minute and 13 seconds, and you haven't asked any question. You're just talking about what I want. Hey, I want to get more information. I want to see what I can do for you, but just you, right? You don't want that. Okay, and that's because you're new, and I'm helping you to become better. You don't want to be like that. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you guys about is there's open-ended questions and there's closed-ended questions. Right in the beginning, you're going with closed-ended questions like yes or no. A closed-ended question is the weather sunny today? And they say yes or no. There is no elaboration. So when you get on the phone with people, you want to always ask open-ended questions, which is them talking and not you. So for example, what do you really love about this house? And you ask that, but it was way down the line. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going.
And see if we can work out something together, and getting your house sold for you.
All right. The other thing is the message you're portraying to the seller is like, see if we can get a deal worked out for you. No, that's not positive. That's neutral. What I would say is, I'm very confident we can work a situation a win-win for both of us. Which one do you want to hear? You want to hear someone that says, well, I'm not sure this is going to work? Or you want to hear what says, well, maybe it'll work? Or do you want to hear someone that says, I know we're going to make this deal work? If you were a motivated seller, who would you want to lean on?
I would definitely, it would make me have more confidence hearing the other person speak with confidence. So yeah, I see your point.
Okay, let's keep going. Thank you for keeping it short, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff to cover. Let's go.
So, yeah, so anyway, just if you don't mind.
Okay, see, right there again, if you don't mind. You ask your questions. If they mind, they will tell you. Okay? This is the second time like you've done that with the seller. When you called, you were like, well, I'm not sure if you're okay with it, but if you don't mind, let me ask you some questions, okay? Now, we're at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the lady maybe said 2 words. You said everything else. Does that make sense? Okay, let's keep going.
Just like to ask you a couple, few questions about the property.
Okay, now, we're at a minute and 30 minutes, and when I started speaking English as a refugee, I spoke like the way you did, but in writing, when I would just write, I say, I'm about to write. Then I would say, I'm about to say, and then I would say something. You're doing the same thing. You're saying, well, hey, I have a few questions. You don't mind if I ask you these questions. You've already wasted the lady's time a lot, and you haven't asked her anything. And you're still going to ramble on for another minute, okay? So don't say, I'm going to ask you a question. Just ask the question. Don't say, do you mind if I ask you a question? You're just wasting. Just ask the question. Assume positive. Assume that you're going to hit the goal. Don't assume the dirt or the digging. Don't assume on the negative. Does that make sense? You got to assume on the goal. All right? Do you guys understand what I'm saying with this? Everyone?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Who's Z982?
It's me, Avi.
Avi, what's up, brother? Okay. Now, guys, Ree's done a great job. I'm not knocking her down. I'm actually improving her how long she's able to adapt. I told her earlier that when you start working out, the very first day when you go to a gym, you're going to be sore and having pain. And through the pain is where your muscles get stronger and change. Okay. Same thing with this. When you stand up and you take action and you get off your butt, there's going to be things that you have to improve on. You got to put your ego away to be able to improve that stuff, dude. Okay. And now we're going through it, listening to them live. And she's already 1 minute and 30 minutes in there, and she's just talking, and she's focusing on the dirt, the negativity. I hope you're okay with this. And she does that all throughout the conversation, which makes the seller not have confidence in her. Okay. Now, I think this is a good deal, but ways to improve are as we're talking about. Here we go.
Property. Okay. Okay. You know what I just realized too, Sherry? I did not get your.
Okay. See, there's a lot of stuff that you're not following the instruction to the teeth. On Flipping Wednesdays, the third message, we're asking for people's emails. So you didn't follow the instructions, okay? And now you're spending more time on the phone dancing around on stuff that's not really important, stuff that's not going to build rapport on, you know, elementary work. Like, let me get your email. But please pay attention to right here where she even messes up even more.
We had asked her when I sent the thing, but she didn't give it to me.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's keep it short because I want to help you more, okay? So,
I just wanted you to know that I did.
Beautiful. Okay, my bad. I make mistakes. I assumed. So you asked her, she didn't give it to you. Here's the reason why she didn't probably give it to you. And right here, you need to fix it. Where when you ask for something, always come with honey. There's an old saying in America, you can't go to the bear with like vinegar. You could probably go with honey better. I can't remember exactly, but go with honey. What is the honey for her? Say, look, what is your email and what are you going to give her so I can give you a cash offer in writing? Don't just ask. Don't be one of these people that says, me, just give me. Always remember that. You want something for someone, you give them something. What are you going to give them? A cash offer. 2, in writing. Because 90% of people are not going to give a cash writer in writing. And one example was one of my other students 3 weeks ago. She drove all the way out there. She met the seller, spent all the time and energy. She didn't give anything in writing. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to separate yourself. So you say, can I get your email? And I'm going to give you, because I needed to send you an offer, a cash offer in writing so you can have it for your paperwork or your files. Okay, now listen that she doesn't say that. Let's go.
Your email address. Is it okay if I get your email address right now?
Okay, notice that. Is it okay? Again, she has no confidence in what she says. She's assuming the negativity. She's looking at the dirt. Is it okay if I ask you questions? Is it okay if you just ask, say, what's your email so I can send you a cash offer? If it's not okay, the seller will say, no, it's not okay. Do you understand, Ree? Guys, does everyone here understand? I mean, Avi, I'm sure you're talking to a lot of sellers and you're making these same exact mistakes, and that's what's not helping you get the deal, because it's all about rapport building and building that you're the authority, and so they're willing to do the deal with you versus anyone else.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe you're not saying that. Maybe you are, but I don't know because you never record yourself. So let's give a hand to Ree for taking action, dude, and recording it. I mean, without a doubt, I'm not beating her up. I'm helping her to get her check. Okay? All right, so let's listen to that one more time, dude, about the email part. Okay, email should already be done at Flipping Wednesday. So when you get on the phone, you're not asking for, little stuff.
Did not get your email address. Is it okay if I get your email address right now? Sherry,
Okay, I'm gonna move it forward just a tab.
Yahoo.com. What was that after the letter G?
Okay, see guys, this is why we don't want to be getting emails and stuff over the phone, because you're wasting precious time of the people to build rapport on stupid stuff like, what is that? I didn't missell it. Maybe the phone broke out. So many things can happen. So if you didn't get someone's email, please don't try to get it over the phone. Send them a text later. Once you get off the conversation, say, what's your email? Okay, so right off the bat, Ree has wasted 2 minutes of the seller's time, and not 1 ounce of it was rapport building. Not 1 ounce. Okay, she's just been talking. She's been talking with not confidence. Are you okay if I get your email? Is this okay if I ask you a question? And so those are like, notice the seller hardly talks. Later on, she warms up and she becomes better, and now the seller starts building trust with her. Okay, and you can see that a little bit down the road. Do you guys understand where I'm going with this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go. Let's fast forward just a tab.
And this number that I'm calling you on right now, this is your cell phone number?
Okay, Ree. See, what's really happening is you're scared to get into the ring and duke it out. So you're up there just stretching and just wasting time. You're just what I call in America small talking. You got the lady's phone number. Why does it really matter? I mean, like, you want to get to the meat and the potato, right? So you're already wasting 2 minutes and 22 minutes on information you already have because you're scared to jump into the water. You're putting your toe into the water like, is it cold? Should I get in there? Okay. You have to have the confidence just to dive in. No matter what it is, you're in it to win it. And there's nothing else you're willing to do but go all in, and you're only focused on the positive goal or your goal. You don't focus on other stuff. Okay? Let me give you a quick, okay? You guys can see my screen, right? Okay, let me show you what this guy says right here, ladies and gentlemen. See, it says, you get what you focus on. So focus on what you want. I don't know how to tell it to you. Just right there, this guy is telling me he's a really smart guy. I'm not even as smart as this guy. But if you're focused on no confidence, if you're focused on this is not going to work, if you're focused on, then guess what? You're portraying that vibration to that other person. Okay? All right, let's keep going forward.
Okay. I mean, usually most people do give their cell phone numbers, but I just thought I'd ask in case, you know, sometimes we want to.
More BS talk.
Yeah, you want to shoot a quick text to somebody. So, yeah. So now the address, you did text that to me in the message last night. And, you know, I just wanted to see if you could tell me a little bit about the property.
Hey, and stop saying I want or me wants or anything about choose. Tell me about the property. Not that I want to know, or I don't take yourself out of it, dude. It's about the seller, okay? All right. Now we're at 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 53 seconds, and now she's gonna start opening some good questions.
How many bedrooms? And I know, you know, tax records show this information, but sometimes people do make changes and modifications to the house. So I always like.
Okay, notice that she's just talking and talking and talking and talking. And that's what she does throughout. She asks a question, and she doesn't have faith in that question. And then she starts answering the question for the seller. Guys, that's why you got to download my cold calling, because the course, there's power in silence. You just be quiet. You ask a question and you zip your mouth and you don't say nothing. Let there be 30 seconds of quietness. Okay? Don't answer the seller's question for you. Don't ask a question and answer it, okay? With negativity.
To ask. So yeah, if you can tell me how many bedrooms?
The 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and it has another room that could potentially be a bedroom as well.
Okay, so it's a finished basement?
Yes.
Okay. And excuse me for the delay. I am writing some information down here. Approximately how much of the square footage of the house?
Okay, see, this is something that Avi already figured out, because he's been in the ring, he's been messaging people. He realized that he should not audit like the police, like, what is question number 1? What is question number 2? What is question number 3? Right? Avi, does that work? Or does it work better just to ask questions and then talk to them, and then if they answer those questions, you write it down, and it becomes a conversation versus integration, whatever they call it, the police. I can't even say it. Okay?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Actually, I had one guy. He said, "What am I on an interview?"
Exactly.
And he was a little upset. But what I find is like you have to find like the sweet spot where you have a conversation, and in the conversation the questions come up. That's where I find that is the best way to do it. in my opinion.
Amen. Amen, dude. And a lot of times the sellers will answer your questions for you. Right? You just have to be smart enough to have listening. And here's another problem, ladies and gentlemen. Majority of people don't have good listening skills. And Reed's one of these people. Okay? And now she's standing up, seems like I'm messing with her, but I'm not. I'm helping her. I'm helping her realize that, Reed, you don't have good listening skills. You got to take notes. Because many times we talked about stuff and in class you don't listen, and now you don't even listen because you asked the lady's email twice. And and throughout this conversation, you're not really listening to what the lady's saying. And everyone, I remember exactly what I said to most of you guys 5 weeks ago. That's my business, to help you, man. I got to use my brain power to remember this stuff. And because I care, it's not just business for me. So if you're talking to the seller, you're asking them the same questions over and over, or you're not listening, you're interrogating them, it doesn't build rapport. Okay? And you'll see later on more of this evidence. Let's keep going forward.